almost like the Flashpoint, where it starts, one of the key matrix lines that will help shatter this status centralized system.
If it keeps on raining, love is going to break. When the levee breaks.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. It is February 19th, 2013. I am Jay-Z, and this is Flashpoint Radio. It's been quite a while since I put out a report, September 12th to be exact. I've spent some time reflecting on my relationships with God, my wife, and my new daughter. With a growing family comes growing responsibility, and that's the priority in my life right now. But I think it's about time to get back out there, spread the information, disseminate the truth, point people in the right direction, open up people's eyes, and that's what we're going to do. I'm back. I'm ready to do this. I've got some things planned that hopefully come to fruition and may be exciting in ways to spread liberty and truth to people you know. We're going to start this evening, since we are a conspiracy theorist website and a conspiracy theorist themed show, with this article from Time. Jesse Jackson Jr. faces federal fraud and conspiracy charges. Well, Mr. Jackson, you have nothing to worry about because conspiracy theories are unfounded and the things of crazy people. So that's clearly a made-up charge. You'll walk on that one, most definitely. But we're going to look at a bunch of stories this evening having to do with the Second Amendment, guns overall, the state of the firearms industry in this country, what states are trying to do against you and your God-given right to defend yourself. We are going to start this evening with this nugget from Infowars.com. Paul Joseph Watson. See? Babysitting. DHS supplier provides shooting targets of American gun owners. This is not a joke. A provider of realistic shooting targets to the Department of Homeland Security and other federal agencies has created a line of non-traditional threat targets that include, as you can see, pregnant women, mothers in playgrounds, and elderly American gun owners. That's what they're training their federal enforcers to do. We also have this. This is kind of an industry look from USA Today. Gun dealers report shortages of ammunition. Prices have more than doubled over the past year. In some shops, retailers are putting limits on the amount a customer can buy. And some common types of ammunition, such as .22 caliber long rifle shells, are hard to get. Yeah. Even the law enforcement agencies can't find ammunition. Why? Well, one reason could be that the government has bought over 2 billion rounds in the last 12 months. But you already know that because you're in tuned and you're up to date on the truth. How about this? A victory for, I suppose, the free market. From Breitbart.com, gun companies refuse sales to state governments with strict gun laws. 6 gun companies have announced plans to stop selling any of their products to any government agency in states that severely limit the rights of private gun ownership. I suggest if you're in the market, you do business with one of these companies. If you're in the market for a brand new firearm, LaRue Tactical, Olympic Arms, make AR-15s, Extreme Firepower Incorporated, Templar Custom, York Arms, and CheaperThanDirt.com. Now, Cheaper Than Dirt probably just went out there because they got backlash after the Aurora, Colorado shooting for pulling some high-capacity magazines and things of that nature from their website for sale. I suppose consumer backlash probably made them turn around. And how about this? We've got a short video clip for our first Flashpoint Radio back in quite a while, and this comes to us from the great state of California. California police boss Ken James had this to say.
One issue that always boggles my mind is that the idea that a gun is a defensive weapon. That is a myth. A gun is not a defensive weapon. A gun is an offensive weapon used to intimidate and used to show power. Police officers do not carry a gun as a defensive weapon to defend themselves or their other officers. They carry a gun to be able to do their job in a safe and effective manner and face any oppositions that we may come upon. If it was a defensive measure, why did we lose 55 officers nationwide last year to gun violence? And unfortunately,
I'm not even sure what to say about that. That kind of boggles the mind. I suppose he's true in one fashion that his officers and most, well, not most, but a lot of police officers, yes, they do carry a firearm to intimidate and scare the public. But Ken James, I went to this website, which this is jimfishertruecrime.blogspot.com, to find some police-involved shooting statistics. Now, I had to go to this private website because, well, nobody compiles data when a cop shoots a person. So someone took it upon themselves to do it themselves. And this gentleman came to find in 2011, according to the data he collected, now this is from him, and you have to take it with a grain of salt, but it sounds plausible. Police officers in the United States shot 1,146 people, killing 607 people. So, Ken, did the police murder 607 people in acts of aggression? Or possibly were they using their firearms in a defensive manner to protect their lives or the lives of someone else? Now, all those are obviously individual cases and have to be judged as such, but you're an idiot. And Californians, you're bigger idiots for allowing this man to take your tax dollars as a paycheck. But let's fly to our neck of the woods. In Chicago, the Midwest, from the Examiner, Chicago Police Chief, law-abiding gun owners corrupt, endanger public safety. Yes, the superintendent of the police in Chicago, Gary McCarthy, said law-abiding gun owners who lobby elected officials through organizations like the NRA and the Illinois State Rifle Association are corrupt and endanger public safety. Yes, and the ISRA, in a press release, noted that McCarthy believes the Second Amendment limits citizens to owning smoothbore muskets and supports mandatory liability insurance for fire owners and mandatory application of GPS tracking devices to civilian-owned firearms. Chicago, I bet you're glad to have this man collecting paychecks paid for with your tax dollars. But hey, he's not alone. Oh, before I move on, I forgot to add this. These statements were made on Connected to Chicago, a radio program on WLS 890 AM. And this is a weekly Sunday news program. And I looked at their website to try to find audio because it was made on the radio. And well, as you look, as you can see, they have every episode posted, and it was posted the day it came out, except for the February 17th, when this gentleman, the police superintendent, said those ridiculous remarks. I wonder why they're subverting that information. But that gentleman might want to look to Seattle or Washington State as a place to work, because in Washington State, Democrats introduced a bill to allow police to search homes of gun owners. Yes, they introduced an assault weapons ban that included a provision that allowed police to enter a person's property without a warrant and inspect everything they have. That's basically what an FFL, a federal firearms licensed dealer, has to do in order to receive that license. So, I mean, it's de facto gun ban. How about this? Maryland County bans gun shows. Yes, Maryland County, Prince George's County, Department of Parks and Recs is banning gun shows indefinitely because it goes against the public will. Sure it does. Sure it does. And we're going to finish this evening on our first Flashpoint Radio back with a story out of the Show Me State, my state. Missouri Democrats call for gun confiscation. And these Missouri Democrats put a bill out that not only bans the purchase, trade, manufacture of high-capacity magazines and almost all semi-auto weapons, handguns, and assault rifles, I don't even like to use their lingo. It has a 90-day turn-in grace period, which after If you do not turn in your firearms, you're faced with a felony charge. Yes, in Missouri. And this is all thanks to, well, basically the city of St. Louis. You have Rory Ellinger, representative from the 86th District, who is the main sponsor of this bill, the bill being House Bill number 545. Representative Jill Shoup, who is the co-sponsor, Margot McNeil, and Rochelle Walton Gray. Look at their maps. If you live in this, in any of these representatives' districts, if you know someone that does, or if you just care about laws in Missouri, then you might want to get these people voted out of office. Because again, they are getting paid with your tax dollars. That's all the time we have for Flashpoint Radio this evening. I've got a lot of stuff coming your way. Stay tuned. They won't be as frequent as they were before, but I'm going to try to give you as much relevant information in a small, short period of time as I can. Keep you looking for that Flashpoint so you can get out of Dodge safely with your family. God bless. Keep your eyes to the sky. I got to get my daughter out of the trash can. Flashpoint Radio is over. Thank you.